Welcome, everyone, to the very first chapter of Lessons in the Boardroom. Over the next 12 chapters, Lily and I will take you deep into the culture, strategy, and subtle power dynamics that define the highest level of corporate decision-making. And today, we're starting with something rarely spoken about: the unwritten rules of the boardroom.
That's right, Yogesh. Most leadership books and MBA programs will teach you governance structures, financial oversight, risk management, but the human side, the norms, the politics, the invisible codes of behavior, that's where the real art of being in a boardroom lies.
And these rules aren't written anywhere. They're passed down, often implicitly, through observation and experience.
Let's start with the first thing people notice: how you enter the room.
Yes, people underestimate this. The moment you walk into a boardroom, people are forming judgments. Confidence, energy, readiness, all get read within seconds.
And not in a superficial way. If you walk in late, distracted, or looking like you're already thinking about your phone, you've told everyone in that room how much the meeting matters to you.
Exactly. The most effective board members I've seen have a kind of collected arrival. They enter on time, greet selectively but warmly, and then take their seat with quiet authority.
Listening is a power move.
Absolutely. People think influence comes from talking. But in the boardroom, influence often comes from when and how you choose to speak.
I've noticed that the most respected directors often let the conversation flow before they say a single word.
Right. They're listening, not just to the content, but to the tone, the alliances forming, the tension points. Then when they speak, it's like an arrow, straight, precise, and impossible to ignore.
The boardroom is a place where time is expensive.
I like that. Time is expensive. Every minute in that room is a minute of multiple high-value people's time.
Which means rambling is not just bad form, it's costly.
The ability to make your point in under 2 minutes with clarity and weight is a superpower in that environment.
Let's talk about disagreement, because it's inevitable.
And in fact, it's necessary. A board that agrees on everything is not doing its job.
But the way you disagree matters.
Yes, in a boardroom, you can challenge ideas, but you have to protect relationships. It's about critiquing the idea without attacking the person.
And sometimes the wisest move is to plant a seed rather than push for a win in the moment.
Not everyone in the room talks a lot, but don't underestimate the quiet ones.
Oh, yes. Sometimes the people who speak the least outside of voting hold enormous influence behind the scenes.
Which is why part of mastering the boardroom is figuring out where power actually resides, and is not always in the loudest voice.
So, to wrap up, the unwritten rules are about posture, timing, relationships, and reading the room.
And they're best learned not from a textbook, but from careful observation, which is what we'll keep doing in this series, helping you notice what others might miss.
Chapter 2 is going to be about boardroom agendas, the real story behind the paper. Because what's on the agenda isn't always the real agenda.
And that's where the fun begins.
Music swells slightly, then fades.